Welcome back. It's Brian's turn to test the Storm Nova to give you a perspective on what this big hybrid ASIN is like for a stroker. And at first, he was a tad confused. It seemed a bit release sensitive, but he quickly figured out what was going on, and then it was off to the races. The Nova actually looked great for Brian. He was going through about 11 to 7 and looked really good. Moved, two with his feet and one board over, still great. Another two and one. Yeah, guess what? Still look really good. And you can see that the core wants to start up. Somewhere around 35 feet, it's transitioning, and by 50 feet, it's really rolling. It's just a heavy roll. I wasn't really sure what Bryan would see since I found this personally a bit less than the Proton in reality and earlier than the RSTX1, and sometimes earlier stuff kind of dies for Bryan. And this ball just seemed, to smoothly but reliably turn over, as you could see. I mean, he got all the way into the third arrow before he felt like there'll be a touch of deflection through the pins. But honestly, that's a lot of room on a house shot for Bryan, which potentially make this a house shot killer for him. He took the opportunity to compare it to his lock, since this one, it's one of his go-to balls, and it's currently in his, I would say, strong defined minus. So just in between the top ball and the medium defined shape, and that's basically what I described where the Nova would fit for me. So it's a reasonable comparison. Now the lock does have a good amount of games on it, but he always keeps the surface fresh. And you can see that the lock's a little cleaner and a touch more angular. The bottom line is that while the Nova's a little earlier and smoother, it would have a chance to fit in that slot when he finally needs or wants to replace the lock.